welcome to this session.
Hi everybody, welcome back to our new session. Thanks for watching and following us.
Yes. In this session, I want to work a bit on creating the shopping cart, the number 3 in our main menu. So as you remember, we had this, so I've created this function create shopping cart. So when the user enters number 3, this when clause, when structure will lead to this function. And in this function, first it will ask for the customer name. So each shopping cart is dedicated to a specific customer. And so it will first ask for the customer of cart. And then it will call this function that we had before, ask the items of shopping cart. And then it will print the final receipt. So in this function, as you can see, we ask inside a do-while loop until the user enters no. We ask for the item product names and amounts. So if you remember last session, I think we introduced this new notation here, this new structure.
That was 2 sessions ago.
I think, yeah, that was 2 sessions ago. And this is a class, and I know that you might have heard about classes in object-oriented languages. But I insist that we don't want to get things complicated here, in this point. We just want to use classes as data structures, as Uncle Bob says. There is a difference between data structures and objects. A data structure is just, if you remember, the information and data about a single product was spread between multiple lists here. You remember that? And we create a kind of template or a data structure for a single product that has its own data inside it. And from there on, we can create a list of product, and each product will have its own data inside. So we want to do the same here with the shopping cart. The shopping cart, the product names of each item is stored in this list, and the amounts are stored in this list. And the information about a shopping cart is spread into multiple lists and multiple variables, global variables. We want to have something like this. For example, we want to have something like shopping carts. That is a list of, for example, shopping cart that we have not defined yet. We have not defined this template, this class for shopping cart.
We are going to create a new class.
Yes.
Like product.
Yes. Let's say we have, it would be very nice if we had something like a shopping cart in Kotlin built in the language for us, but we don't have such type, and we want to create and write it ourselves. We want to define it first, the new type, and then instantiate from that. So we define the shopping cart class. The shopping cart, of course, has a customer name. Yes, is dedicated to a customer. Each person, yeah. So a shopping cart has a Control Z. Does not. Yes. Shopping cart has a customer name. The shopping cart has a list of product names and product amounts. So we could have something like this inside here. Because with this, we just have only one shopping cart. But now we want to be able to store all of the shopping carts. So we have to create something like this. And each shopping cart will have its own item product names and item amounts. So one solution is to have these 2 lists here inside for each shopping cart. And although we have grouped and bring all the information about shopping cart together into this template, but still we could do better here. We could go further and create another class to what these 2 lists, what are these 2 lists are doing? What are they storing?
The whole product names and whole
amounts. Yeah. Okay, what is that they are holding both? You know, each index at each
They
list.
are products, huh?
No.
What do you mean by holding? They're holding
You
names
know,
and amounts.
we are storing names and amounts.
No, more than one.
Yes, the items of the shopping cart. We are storing the items of the shopping cart spread it into two lists. So each index at each of these lists has got a piece of information about a single item. So, for example, the index zero at the item product
Names
names.
one, about one.
Yes, the amount of the product name zero, item zero, is in the item amounts, and the product name of item zero is in the item product names list. But we want to, again, like shopping cart and like product, we want to create some kind of class data structure to group these information into, bundle them into a single data structure. So what is your suggestion here? What that name could be?
Make them class.
Okay, we want to make a class.
That's a question.
What is it? What is the name of class? What are we storing here? What you see here? What are these?
You want to choose a name?
Yes. Naming is very important. Naming is absolutely important. Naming functions is important. Naming arguments, naming classes, naming variables here is absolutely important. You know, these two are storing cart item.
Detail is
They are storing a cart item. They are about a cart item. So if we have some class like shopping cart item, for example, item. Each shopping cart item has a
name,
product name,
and also product amounts or price also.
Price, yeah, price. We don't have to say here, for example, product price, shopping cart, product name, shopping cart price, because price, because we are now, these are inside this context. These variables are defined inside the context of this class. So in order to access the price and product name, we have to first have this object of the instance of this class. I don't want to use the word object deliberately here because these are not objects. These are only data structures. We are just grouping data into a template, just that, like the C programming language. I think the syntax was struct, braces, and we used to group, for example, a double, an integer, a string, and C, as you know, is not a object OOP language at all. It is not. But we had data structures there because as you can see here, when we want to write a program, we need to somehow group some pieces of information into a single one, you know, to pass around, to store as a single entity. Because spreading information about a single entity is very ugly. You've seen that. So we have shopping cart item, and these two can now be
list of that.
Yes, items equals mutable list
of
shopping cart item. So this data structure, and now we don't need these two. Yeah.
Yes.
And we can store shopping carts as a standalone entity.
That's like a data type.
Yeah, we have defined this, you know, tangible data structure. So, and as you see, as you've noticed, this constructor is mandatory, is compulsory. Writing it into each class, we should have at least an empty constructor with empty arguments. But if you don't write that, the compiler won't complain. It will write a constructor with empty argument list for you. It will do that for you. So you can first I just wanted to write this, that you see that when we want to instantiate a class, instantiate a data structure and create an instance of it, we call a function, and we are actually calling this function. We write the name of the data structure and the parentheses. So we are actually calling this function.
The constructor.
Yeah, I wanted you to see that, and you will see that more along the project. So you can see these red lines here because we have
some errors.
Yes, we have removed the item
Lists.
product names and item amounts, and we have replaced it with shopping carts. So you go on from here, you refactor this function and use that shopping carts at the top.
Actually, we have to, first of all, we have to create an instance of that. Yes or no?
Yes. Let me just collapse these functions that just okay. So we have this create shopping cart which asks for customer of cart and ask the items of shopping cart which stores the items, the product name and price of the item. So
now I should instantiate an instance
of
a shopping cart item to use them to add to the list or no?
Yes, of course. So what this dupe does, what does it do? What does it do? What does this dupe does? It is creating a shopping cart item at each iteration.
Yes.
So at each iteration, it is creating a new shopping cart item.
So I should create it in do while?
Yes.
I wanted to define it here at the top.
At the top, no.
Yes.
We've defined the
And then
shopping
here.
carts at the top of
Exactly.
there. Shopping cart what? Item. Why do you want to define it here?
So I should define it?
If you define it here, you can only store only a single shopping cart item here. You can only
because in the do while each time the previous one will
will replace the new one.
So it's not a list.
You want to define a list here.
That's a list.
Okay, so you want to define a shopping cart.
Here is a list. Where is it on? So it is not a list here.
No. It is indicating a single and only one shopping cart.
If I define a list here, that's a kind of mistake.
No, it is not mistake. But all you are doing is just replacing those old two lists with a new single list. That is correct. But we want to do better here. You can see that inside shopping cart, we've got a list of shopping cart item, and you want to go and define this at the top, at global scope. But we have a list of.
So you said that here, where is it? Here I should write.
Let's just do this step by step.
Shopping.
Yes, inside this do while loop. At each iteration, we want to create a new shopping cart item. For instantiating a new shopping cart item, what we do?
I should choose a name here. Yes.
Yes, you are doing it in the Java syntax.
Yes. No, I didn't get used to that. Then I should put colon. Yes.
Colon for what? Colon for stating the
the type of that or no?
So you've stated the type at the beginning. The Java.
No, I'm going to write it in Kotlin.
In Kotlin, you don't have to. You cannot write the type at the beginning. It should come after the fact. Come after the name.
I should write the name of that first. Yes.
Yes, with the val or var. If it's val, it is a val here. Cart item, which is a shopping cart, colon shopping cart. Yes, equals. So you've defined a placeholder named cart item of type shopping cart, which can hold to a single instance of the shopping cart item. And now
it doesn't have any new keyword.
No, there is no new keyword. You want to instantiate that class, that template, this template that we have written.
Shopping cart item again.
Yes, for instantiating, all you have to do is just calling the constructor inside it.
And here I should say shopping cart.
No, cart item.
Shopping item.
Cart item.
Sorry.
Cart item dot. So the cart item now has its own price and name. It is very neat. The information about this cart item is not spread. It is grouped into a single cart item.
Product name. And that's a kind of a string here, yes?
Yes, that is a string. And we have asked that string from the user.
Ask for the string.
Please enter product name. We
item
have
product.
Item product name, of course. We have it here.
And then we will take it.
We don't need that line. And there, we want to store the price.
Item amount
Item amount, yes. Item amount is
is
the
our
price.
price.
And we have asked for number as the
Mhm.
amount. And then you just get rid of that line at the bottom. So now you have replaced the storing this item at this iteration, the information about that you used to store them separately into two separate lists. And you have now stored them into a single box, an instance, and you can create multiple instances which they have their own price and amount, price and product name. That has nothing. For example, this shopping cart item has its own product, which has nothing to do with the product name inside it. So we can now go ahead and store the shopping cart items, which has their own information separated and grouped into a single instance. So now you have this shopping cart item, this cart item, and you can see that it is telling us that by graying this line out, it is graying out this line.
Suggest something.
This is suggesting that I'm smart enough. I'm not Java. I'm smart enough to infer. I can infer that I'm a val. Okay. So because I'm a val, anything you assign to me I will be stick to it into the entire lifetime of the cart item. So the first thing you assign it to me, and you have to do it in this line, I can infer it myself, the type. I can infer the type myself. So there is no need for stating it and strictly saying that, okay, so you are of type shopping cart item. It is saying that I can infer that. I can see that you are assigning a shopping cart item to me. And from there on, I will be a shopping cart item. So there's need for that. I say remove that. This way, our program will be written in very much less code and is more readable. It is very important.
Cleaner than before.
Yes, it is because they say that Kotlin is concise. It is concise. It means that you write your application, you state your mind, you speak your mind in code in the least possible codes.
It means that you can talk to that easily.
Yes, and it is readable also easily. If you want
so
to
more cleaner, readable.
Yes, and maintainable, more maintainable. You can maintain it more easily.
It seems that you love Kotlin so much.
You will be loving it. I know it. I'm sure that
That's not fair.
Why? I myself have come from the Java.
Very good. Congratulations. So you're not a faithful person.
No. I used to backstab all those who do favor. So, okay. This cart item, we just store information. We instantiate it. We store information, and at the next iteration, it is gone. It is gone. At the next iteration, we create a new shopping cart.
So that's again exactly this. It comes to my mind that it will clean the previous one.
Yes, it will. No. It is not cleaning actually, because it is not a
because
val.
I said that I should define it in the top, in the
global scope.
Yes, global scope, and then. But when we define it here, I think that the previous one will be deleted.
Yes.
And each time it defines a new one.
New one. Actually, the previous one is not deleted. You are at each iteration you are defining a complete new and separate cart item because in this scope from line 87.
You mean that if we define it in the general scope,
it won't be gone.
No, we have only one instance of that. Yes.
Yes.
And in each iteration, the previous one will.
You can define a list. Actually, you can define a list at top and append these cart items to that list. But again, and that is a solution. But that solution only helps us to store just information and data about a single shopping cart. So this cart item, we are just throwing it away at each iteration, storing and throwing it away. So throwing it away. We want to store this at the end of the iteration.
So that's my question. Up to now, we didn't store it.
No. We have just this is a temporary field. This is a temporary placeholder. We want to store it permanently into a permanent. One solution to that is defining a global scope variable here
as a list
of type list, shopping cart, whatever. to make it permanent. Permanent through the lifetime of the application. The moment this application is stopped, these will be gone too. But these things that are defined inside this scope, they will be gone the moment we exit this scope. So one solution for storing the shopping cart item permanently through the lifetime of application is by storing at the top. But just the items, of course. But we want to store the shopping carts at the global scopes. Shopping carts. So this function at each call is about the new shopping cart, and this iteration of this loop is creating the new shopping cart item. So I suggest we define a shopping cart here, shopping cart at the start, and at each iteration at the end, after creating this cart item, we can add that cart item to the items of shopping cart. Yes. It is saying that.
What does it mean?
It is saying that this item is all about shopping cart item, I believe. Yes. And it is complaining. Yet it is complaining. No. The cart item. Sorry, the cart item. So we are storing. So we are storing this cart item. We create this cart item. We get the. So let me just refactor this more a bit. Make this more compact. There is no need for this in between. I remove that. And I store it directly. So we create this cart item. We ask for the product name and the price directly and store it. And after that, we store that cart item to the items of this shopping cart. And after the user enters no, I want to return that shopping cart. And it is again complaining that you are returning something from this function of type shopping cart, but you have not stated here that you are actually returning. So we should say that we will be returning a shopping cart from here. And now it works. And now the name of the function does not actually say what it does. Yes, what it does. It is saying that ask the items of shopping cart, but it is creating shopping cart. Yes, it is creating a shopping cart. Okay, so in creating, we have this create shopping cart. We have this create shopping cart. So there should be difference between these two. This shopping cart is correct because it is also asking for the customer name of cart, and this one is actually creating the items.
You can write creating the items.
Creating the items, creating the shopping cart.
Creating the items of shopping cart.
Creating items of shopping cart. Okay. So here, this creating items of shopping cart will return a shopping cart. Yes. This is returning a shopping cart, and it is inferring that I've not. There is no need for me to write that the type will be shopping cart. It is inferring from the return type of this function. And now I can change the customer name with this customer of cart. Yes?
Yes.
So now we have created a shopping cart which has its own customer name and has its own shopping cart items. And at the end, so this function says that create shopping cart. It doesn't say create and print. So we should not do something like this here. We should remove printing from here. Printing is, I think, one of the items in the main menu. Print shopping cart. Yes, print product, print customer. We should have print shopping cart. Number 9.
Another one in our menu.
Is yes, print No. We have print customer purchases list. This purchases list means the shopping carts of this customer, of this specific customer. We have it there. So, so we have created a shopping cart, and we should store it permanently to that list
Of shopping cart.
of shopping carts at the top. We have this shopping carts that is not being used yet. You can say it, but with this gray color here. They are purple, but this is gray because it is saying that the property is never used, has not been used. We have not actually stored something to it. After creating and returning this shopping cart and changing the customer name, we should actually store it permanently to the shopping carts. Shopping carts dot add this new shopping cart. Yes, add each iteration. So you continue refactoring this print the final receipt. What does this print final receipt do?
Index of item product names total price of receipt. Actually, we should replace the item product names and item amounts with the list we have. Again, we should define a new instance, or we should use the list.
Instance of what?
We should use this list. Or no, we should use this shopping cart.
The first question is, what is the purpose of this function?
Printing.
What is it trying to do?
Printing each item separately.
No.
Final receipt.
You are being too specific. It is printing a shopping.
For example, I have bought 3 items.
Yes.
Here it's going to show which items I have
bought
separately. Item 1, for example. Item 2.
So actually, you are printing a shopping cart. Yes. So
completely.
So let's first change the name. Print shopping cart. This is the first question that we have answered. So this function should only do one job, and that is printing the shopping cart. The next question is, which shopping cart? Where is that shopping cart? That single and only shopping cart. Where is that? Where is that shopping cart? We don't have it here.
I should declare it here, or yes, here or here.
So go ahead, declare it. I'm not saying that you are doing. You're saying because it's
so here we have a shopping cart item here, yes, or shopping cart.
I just want you to first say your solution.
So first, shopping.
So we want to print the shopping cart. Where is that shopping cart?
Shopping cart is here. Shopping carts.
Carts.
Yes.
That is shopping carts.
List. That's a list.
That's a list of shopping carts.
I should have a shopping cart. Yes. Oops. Where did I go?
You pressed, I think, page up. Shopping cart there.
So I should have a
Yes.
Is that true?
Nope.
I should put here.
Yes. You have defined a shopping cart which is empty now. And then
shopping
cart. Okay.
That's
so you have now you now have a shopping cart, and you can print the content of it. So but you have just made a mistake here, and I don't want to.
Again, that's the previous mistake. In each time it would be deleted.
Yes, you are printing actually an empty shopping cart. You are first at the first line of this function. You are declaring instantiating a new instance. What this thing do here is just it is instantiating a new instance of this data structure, and at the start it is empty. The customer name is empty. It has its own list of items which are empty.
I should add it. I should make it fill it with the list. Yes.
Let me collapse this. What?
No,
I didn't catch you.
I wanted to write here the list.
Oh, so if you want to use the list, the shopping carts, which is defined at the top, which now has multiple one or multiple carts in it, and we don't know how many it has got shopping carts in it. You are going to print the all of the shopping carts. Yes, you want to do that?
So what should we are going?
No. We want to print a single shopping cart. So what is that single shopping cart? That single shopping cart, I suggest that we ask it in the argument list. In here, we want to ask for, please hand me that shopping cart that you want me to print the content. You are calling this function for printing the shopping cart.
Which shopping cart?
So please hand me that shopping cart that I want to print.
Mm-hmm.
Because now we don't have just a single shopping cart at the top scope. We have a list of shopping carts. We have a list.
This prints just one shopping cart item. Not a list.
Yes. This function is all about printing a single shopping cart content. Continue. Go ahead. Refactor it. So this function prints.
So shopping cart. We should use shopping cart here.
Yes.
Where's shopping cart?
Shopping cart has a customer name and items.
And items. And name and items.
So for now, just forget about the customer name and just focus on printing the cart items. And I suggest you to use a for each loop here instead of this do while. For each loop for iterating over all of the items inside the shopping cart.
For iterating in the shopping cart.
Yes, shopping cart items.
It has a list.
It's got a list. Yes.
So we need something to iterate the shopping cart list. Yes.
Yes.
We need our.
You are iterating over what list? Just print
shopping
list.
Cart.
No, shopping cart is not a list.
Items, names.
Yes, shopping. Let me just write it here. Shopping cart, which we have got here, which we have been passed to, has got a
customer
items.
Items.
These items are actually list of shopping cart item. So if we iterate over them, iterate all of them, and print the content of them, so we are actually printing the content of shopping cart. So this is the list that we have to iterate over.
We have to iterate in shopping cart actually. Yes.
Shopping cart.
But here we should write something. Yes.
Yes.
In shopping cart.
Yes. The name of the variable that you want to access inside the brace of.
That should be a variable of shopping cart.
No. For example, item inside.
We shouldn't
shopping
define a
cart
variable.
dot shopping cart. Where is it? Shopping cart. Oh no. Sorry. Item in. That clone is
Java.
Is Java. Yes. That is the Java way. Shopping cart dot items. So this is a for each loop. We call it a for each loop, and it iterates all of the items inside this loop, and at each iteration inside this brace,
you can have the names.
It assigns the next index item to this item, and you have access to this item here. You can see item is a shopping cart item.
So I should write the name, product name,
and
then I should define a value.
Yes.
Item name, product name.
No, you have it. You just print it. You have it in the item. You have the product name and just print.
ln.
Yes, just print.
Print item.
No, not the item. Not the item. Just construct the string out of this item. For example, item. That is my way of doing. Item dot product name and item dot price and a $sign, for example, at the end. So this is a string interpolation, as you remember. Inside the quotation that constructs a string, we could have multiple $signs, and we could write, for example, index. For example, this index of item product name is defined here. Or if we use this $sign with braces, we could call even some function or variable, and this string will include the return of the value of the function inside. So this only here is doing this job, and it is just, for the moment, it is just printing the items. So I believe that this do while did some calculation on the total price. Yes, total price. At each iteration, it summed the total price to the total price of receipt, total price of item to the total price of receipt. And this total price of receipt is here, index of item product name. We don't use this. So if we add to the total price of receipt plus equals
Mhm.
the item dot price. Yes,
Yes.
item dot price. And actually we have forgotten something. It's each item, shopping cart item,
Should have
each shopping cart item
should
has
have a name.
has product
like,
name, a price, and
Index.
it has amount. Where is the
Ah,
amount?
ah, ah,
Where is
ah,
the
ah.
amount?
Mhm.
It doesn't have price. We have no, it doesn't have price. It has amount. We have just
Made a mistake.
Yes, made a mistake here. It is actually amount. The price of this product name is stored in the product. The product has got a name and a price. We as shopping cart item just
How
storing
many of them?
the product name and how many. Yes, the amount. So we have, let me just double check the function create items of shopping cart. This amount is, please enter the amount. Yes, the price was incorrect. And now we have product name and amount, and we have total price of receipt equals amount multiplied by item dot price of this product name. Yes, but we have only the product name. We don't have the price of the product here. I believe we asked for the price of yes, get price of product. We have a function named get price of product, which receives the product name and returns the price of that product. Yes, and it does that by iterating over all of the product, and it finds that product and it returns the price. So we have price for product equals get price of product item dot product name. Yes, and we can use that price for product here. So after printing all of these items and after iterating over all of these items, we have calculated the total price of receipt, and we can print the total price of receipt here. And we don't need these lines, I think. No, we don't need either. We don't need that either. So this is printing the shopping cart, and actually we've not used this function yet. We should use it in the main menu.
Number 6.
The number 3 is for creating a new shopping cart. Number 3 will call this create shopping cart, which will ask for customer name, which will ask for items of shopping cart, which will create a new shopping cart instance, and which will add that new instance to the shopping carts. The shopping carts will be appended by a new shopping cart. So you continue with print customer purchases list, which is the complement of that. It is doing the printing side, and we have written the print logic here. This is we should just call this. What should this printing customer purchases list? What should it do?
Purchase list.
Yes.
It should ask
print. So just remember, from now on, we don't have only a single customer or a single shopping cart. We have multiple customers. Each customer will have multiple shopping carts.
Actually, we have in a do while, yes.
Yes.
We should print each customer's list, product list.
Product list? No, shopping cart list.
Shopping cart list.
We should first find the shopping carts which are dedicated to a single customer. So we should first ask for the customer name. Which customer do you want to know about the purchases list of? You want to know about the purchases list of, for example, me, Masoud. So first I should enter my name, then it should go and search among the shopping carts and find all those shopping carts which are dedicated to me. And after finding those, it should print all of them by just calling this function, print shopping cart, and passing that shopping carts to this. We should so first find those shopping carts and then pass all of those to this
First, we should find the names.
First, we should ask for the customer name.
Names.
That is the first thing to do. Second, filter all the shopping carts.
Which is
which
specific
yeah,
for
which is
each
specific
person.
for that customer that you asked
Mhm.
for, and then in a for each loop, I don't know, or inside some kind of loop, some mechanism of loop, we feed those shopping carts to this print shopping cart, one by one. So we have this print customer purchases list, which is now empty.
Customer list.
Empty. No. This is printing customer purchases list, and it is customer list. It is wrong, actually. It is empty. It has got two print lns.
Actually, customers' names we should put it in a string. Yes?
String, yes.
Mhm.
Just first ask for the customer name.
Mhm. Customer name
Yes, equals
equals
what?
what was that?
Ask for string entry.
We had
Yeah, ask for a string
from user.
Yes. What to ask? What is the message?
What is your name?
Okay. What is your name? What is the name of customer? Please enter customer name to print purchases list, for example.
But I thought that we could have the customer name from here.
From there. No.
When we create
That is for creating customers.
So we have created before.
We might have multiple customers, tens of customers. So which customer do you want to print the purchases list here? Just first ask for that specific customer name. Please enter, for example, the name of the customer you want me to print purchases list.
Let's write it short.
Which customer name? Yeah, sure, why not? Which customer?
Who's the customer?
Yeah, that is enough. Which customer? Who's the customer? Yes. So now we have the customer name that we are going to.
We should compare it to our list.
Yes, we should filter our list by this name.
Mm-hmm.
Filter our list by this name. Filtering means we should
comparing this.
Yes,
name.
we want to access only all those shopping carts. In the shopping carts list, we have a shopping carts list here, which has got multiple shopping carts which are dedicated to multiple users, and we don't know which is which. So here we first ask for the customer name, and then we search for the carts that are dedicated to this customer name. And after that, after having a list of carts which are only dedicated to this customer, we can go ahead and print all those cards, which will be the purchases list of this customer. We could also ask here in this function, ask for the customer name, but we don't want to do that. We just want to ask it here. We could ask it here.
No, it's better.
Ask for the customer name here, and the color of this function that way should
pass the name.
First, yes, ask for customer name from the user and pass it to us here.
No matter. We will.
So with that, I think we should say goodbye, and next session we will continue from here.
Bye.
Bye.